Hey y'all, it's Leah. Welcome back to my series where we're making our ideas book full of templates for different junk journal elements that we can reference in the future. So we're continuing with our Christmas in July series with going back through some of my Christmas journals and making templates of some of the things that I included in there while I'm recovering from surgery. So today we're going to be doing this trifold with a tuck and pocket. And this is a really versatile piece because you can actually include a ton of different things on the inside. So you notice it is, if I fold the lace up on here, it does close cleanly, so you really only see it's just this is the entire width of the whole thing. So then when we open it, we have journaling space here, and then we just have this decorated, but this is a place where you could add some either more journaling space, you could add a pocket or a belly band, same with this spot. And then notice that it doesn't come all the way over to this. It's something I like about this style of folio is it's not just, folded exactly in thirds. And then we open it up again. We've got more journaling space here. That again could be whatever you want. And then we have this little tuck here, and then we have a pocket on the front. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and make one of those, make the template for this today. So let's move this out of the way. So I am starting with a piece of double-sided cardstock, and I'm just using the measurements that I used on the example that I have, the one that's in my book. So that measured 11 inches across, and I went ahead and I scored and folded on the 3 3/4 mark and then the 7.5 mark. So that allows me to fold it completely over there, and then I'm folding this part in, and so I've got this 1/2 inch gap here. Okay, so for the inside, I'm just gonna, again, I'm recreating it just like it is in my book. So I have a little tuck spot that is 3 1/4 by 3 inches, and I just rounded the right side, upper right hand corner, and I would place this, I'm gonna place this right now with gluing on 3 sides. And again, my little trick for gluing is always to put my fingers on the side that I don't want, and I just messed that up as I'm saying this. Oh boy, I forgot that I was not making a pocket, I was making a tuck. Okay, so hopefully that doesn't really stick. So again, I would put my fingers here so that I know I just wanted to glue on those 2 sides. Okay. Do as I say, not as I do, right? That's always the motto. So I'm leaving a little bit of space here. I don't want it right up against the side, but I did go ahead and go all the way to the bottom. That is a personal preference. However you want to do that is fine. Just make sure that gets glued down. And this part is not glued. All right, so now it really is a tuck. And then I have this little piece. This one is 2 3/4 across and then 2 inches high, and I just did a little thumb notch in the middle. This one really is a pocket, so I'm just holding it here, adding a little glue to this one, and then I am again not going all the way to the bottom. I'm trying to leave about the same amount of space on the sides and the bottom. Okay. So you have so many options. You can add more tucks, you can add pockets, you could add journaling space, you can just have decorated panels, you could put a belly band, whatever you can think of, you can do it. For the back, it is up to you if you want to decorate it. It really depends on how you're going to use it in your journal. This could be a standalone little trifold. This could be clipped into the side. It could go into a pocket, or you could just glue it flat like I did for mine. So that will determine what you actually do on the back, depending on what you wanna, how you wanna use that piece. Okay. All right, so let's go over our directions for this one. So we're using our double-sided cardstock. If you want to follow my measurements, I made it 11 inches. But again, you can totally figure out how you want to do it. I just sort of folded. I just kind of played around with it so that I could get even. I knew how wide I wanted it to be, so then that allowed me to fold this flap in to make it fit so that it is flush here. Okay, so just kind of play around with it. Or just follow my directions. That's totally fine too, if you follow my measurements. So I scored and folded at 3 3/4 and then 7 1/2, and then folded those in. That is when I would ink everything as well before I started gluing things down and doing all that. I would definitely want my edges inked and all that. And then I did an inside tuck at 3 1/4 by 3 and just rounded that top right corner. I made a pocket that was 2 3/4 by 2 with a little thumb notch. We have all of our options: tucks, pockets, journaling space, decorated, belly band, and then our options for the back. You can have it blank and just glue it down, or you can add a pocket. You could add a belly band, whatever you wanted back there. Okay, or just kind of decorate it up. All right, let's get this in the journal. I had a spot, there we go. I had a spot picked out for it. Get all my pieces and get this in here. So I am gonna go ahead and just, maybe I'll just glue, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to glue my directions on the front for this one. Just because I don't have a ton of space on that page. It's a little narrower than I thought, but this works. Counts as my little decoration, right? And you could turn this into a pocket if we just glue it on 3 sides. Get that there. Get our title on here. Thank you again for watching. I'm so glad people are enjoying these videos. If you haven't already subscribed, please like and subscribe. I love that. We're getting so close to 1,000. I'm like at 900 subscribers. So thank you so much to all of y'all who have subscribed and people who may subscribe in the future. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.